Good afternoon. Welcome to In Conversation With. Today, I'm very privileged to be joined by Lee from Transmission TV. Lee is a very experienced TV producer of materials for your media. Lee, it's great to chat to you today. How's things with you?
And to you, Ben. Yeah, all good considering the circumstances. I can't complain.
No, well, there's always things we're at the moment. But
Yeah, how are you doing?
We're okay, Lee. Obviously, we're going to a time now where we must start preparing for coming out of lockdown because we're going to come out gradually. I think that's quite widely accepted. What can businesses do at the moment to connect with people at this time, and also looking forward to 3-4 weeks time when we do slowly come out, because social distancing is still going to be there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I think, well, I don't know about you, but from our perspective, a lot of clients have kind of gone into hibernation at this point, with furloughing a lot of their staff, which makes it all very tricky. I think the key thing about marketing at this time is that the product or service, and the businesses that are continuing to carry on, they have products or services that need to be relevant to people in these times. It needs to be what people are looking for at times like this. Is that company delivering? Is that company helping the community? Are they providing a service that can carry on without them going near anyone? So if you are, and you are doing those sort of services, then you just need to be shouting about that. That your competitors will be. Make no mistake that everyone's going to be making the most of this situation if they're able to still serve their customers and still relevant in this environment. And if you're not relevant, then I'd say you just need to ask yourself how you can change that. Really, now is the time for entrepreneurs to rise to the top, isn't it? Time to innovate and create services which fulfill a need.
Yeah, I also think, Lee, as well, is that if you're not delivering mainstream key worker services, is that people are going on social media looking to be entertained. So
Yes.
be with a look at your business and what you do, be entertaining, entertain people.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. You're completely right. It's about doing things which is, making you relevant still and keeping you top of mind, even in these difficult times. Just keeping top of mind and keeping a presence there is going to put you in, stand you in good stead for when we come out of lockdown. Hopefully you'll still be top of mind and still present in people's lives, as we move on to recovering from this.
Just another question, really, in regards to that. How can relevant businesses connect with their audiences at this time? What kind of things are you advising your clients to do, Lee?
Sure, yeah. Well, now, as I said, now's the time to innovate and to think about how you can reach out to your customers in a world where they're not leaving their homes. So, we're really lucky. We live in a really incredible world of technology. We've got Facebook, YouTube, the world's most heavily used social media platforms. And those platforms, they're pulling in bigger numbers of people than ever. I think Facebook reported the other day 70% more people are using its platform than before lockdown. So, we're seeing Facebook, hosting live music performances. New groups are being set up to help elderly, vulnerable people. There's loads of business networking. Obviously, how you and I met, Ben. Instagram launched live in your living room the other week. So, these sites are growing even further in their popularity. And the same applies to TV. People are sitting in their living rooms watching TV. There's thousands all over the country isolating themselves, practicing social distancing to combat, this killer pandemic. And ratings are climbing on TV. People are keen to keep themselves updated on the latest news. And also like indulging in a bit of nostalgia, watching all these reruns of Only Fools and Horses and the Two Ronnies and whatnot. I think the news has been getting regular viewing figures around 9 million, which is crazy. Like the biggest, the biggest viewing figures you can imagine. That way up there with the biggest events in history, really. And this is regular viewing, that we're seeing. I think Saturday Night Takeaway a couple of weeks ago reached 9.5 million people. That's the highest in that show's history, and it all creates a monumentally strong environment for advertisers to be a part of. So yeah, I think TV and video is a fantastic way of connecting with people at this time.
So it's an appropriate time to talk really about bringing it back down to businesses and perhaps smaller businesses, that how to create video at this time. We're probably talking to the convertedly because we are creating a video here, as well, and things like that. So. How would you tell people to create them kind of videos at the moment with the clients you talk to?
Um, well, it's all about being relevant, as I say. There are of course advertisers, which aren't relevant right now. People aren't considering going to buy a sofa or a car at the moment. They're not thinking about what restaurant they can go to on Saturday night, or which theme park they can take the kids to. It's as sad as it is. Those things just aren't put on people's radars right now. So I think if you're one of those businesses, then you might be tempted to sort of hunker down and close yourself off, but your competitors probably won't be doing this. So you've got to keep that momentum going. You can bet your bottom dollar that as soon as lockdown ends, people will be thinking about, oh, my car really needs a service, or I need to get some new clothes, or I really want to take the kids somewhere special. So I think when that happens, it's important that you've built up the content that's fresh, relevant, topical. It needs to really strike a chord for them and get these people thinking about your brand. You could be a market leader when this lockdown ends if only you position yourself as one now. Get that content ready, get it ready to go. Consider what you're going to fulfill for people post lockdown. It's just vital that you have a means to shout about what you do from the rooftops as soon as this lockdown ends. So get creating now, put together a list of new content that you can roll out, get new video content produced, get TV ads ready to go, so that when lockdown ends, the only name the customer sees is yours.
And I think that's really relevant. I saw a piece last night online. It's not media, but it's another thing, is that Primark currently are losing £650 million a week because they're not online. It's a similar story, isn't it? If you're not there, you're not going to be seen. People forget about you soon. It's a lot of money to lose that, is it? I mean...
Yeah, it's going to enforce some serious change, isn't it? I mean, I think the retail has been suffering for many years now with the transition to online retail, and shops on the high street have been suffering. And I think this is going to be a big change. I think we're going to see some incredible change after this, when we do come out of lockdown. With it's, as harsh as it sounds, it's in this environment, it's survival of the fittest, isn't it? So I think it's going to have some profound changes in the next 6 months, or however long it takes.
I mean, I started, obviously we're in the same industry. I started advising people just before lockdown, without any experience of lockdown coming, to buy one of these. Because I said what I was sick of people doing was doing wobbly videos. There's nothing worse than a wobbly video. It's an iPhone stabilizer. It's a phone stabilizer.
I was wondering what it was.
Yeah. £15 off Amazon. And all you do is you slot your phone in there and you've got... And it's still a phone video, but at the minute that is very £15. That is very precious. Also, your video's not wobbly. You've got a nice stabilizer that can hold it. It's amazing. Like people rely on the likes of myself and your good self, to go out and do the videos they need. But we don't particularly want to go out and do the every single day videos, the videos that will take, that do 10, 20, 30 seconds to do, and that are social media savvy. We want to go out and do the proper videos. I don't think enough people really put enough money into it. And I think you can see that, can't you, when you're on social media? Something like that. It's got brackets at the top, so you can put a microphone and a light on as well. Things like that are really invaluable, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right, Ben. There's definitely a case for more sort of granular content to be produced by people, doing it yourself and getting out there and creating your own content, vlogging and all that kind of thing is great. It's just important that you kind of keep in mind that, is the video content that you're producing up to the level of the brand that you've created? Are you just, are you kind of making yourself proud when you look back on this in a year's time? Are you going to go, that was really good quality content? And if you think you probably won't, then don't.
No. Totally agree with that. And as I say, that's a small thing, is a massive improvement for people. Like you say, it's about what you say, go out. And of course, at the minute, people want to see you. They don't want to, they're not seeing people, so they want to see people on video at the very, very least.
Absolutely. You're right. Yeah, absolutely. It's now's a good time to create new content. You've got time on your hands, and you've also, if you're looking to go and do things a little bit more professionally, you're looking to put some more budget and effort into it, then you've got a huge amount of talent at your disposal. There's production companies, people like Transmission. We've got the latest technology, production methods at our fingertips. We've got motion graphics, dynamic text, animation. All this stuff can still be done in lockdown. We can still create new content for your brand without filming a thing. It's all really powerful. It's shareable. It'll keep your brand top of mind. And I think also when that human element is required, there's still an ability to film you, because we can film direct you via Skype or Zoom like we're doing today.
Yeah.
So you can still be featured in your video content. We can add in motion graphics and dynamic text, still talking to your audience, to really get your name out there and keep that brand top of mind.
And of course, that's going to be important, isn't it? Because as soon as you come out, it's going to be like a sprint, and it's going to be like 100-meter sprint. Everyone's going to chuck things out, and it's not all. And if you're not prepared, it's like anything failed to prepare. It's going to look a mess, isn't it? And it's not going to be, it's not going to be the content you want to get out and to represent you, is it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a challenging time, but I think you're right, Ben. It's just a case of using the time that we've got most effectively, and gathering everything together, doing all those things that a business doesn't normally get to do, and just making sure that we're using this time most efficiently, so that when we come out of this, we're hitting the ground running. We're full steam ahead.
It is, and what I'm trying to do at the moment myself is I'm trying to do these in conversations with to make you look like the expert, because people love to deal with experts, don't they? So that's what I'm trying to do really, is try and make people sound the experts, because it's great having the knowledge in your head, but especially financial people at the moment, they need to get out there what to do. Especially, who heard of furloughing before this lockdown?
Yeah, you're right, absolutely. Yeah, we're in the same boat. Absolutely in the same boat. We've been, doing stuff like show reels and the brilliant Forgotten Limited video that we're working on. It's just doing things that can help other people and help yourself as well. But eventually, when you come out of this, we'll have a new show reel done. We're working on our website at the moment. So all these sort of things are just good things to do that you just don't get around to doing normally.
That's funny, because I'm just in a new website. Well, with my website design as well, Lee. So yeah.
I think there'll be lots of new websites done.
The hackers must be hating this, because everybody's gonna have their websites fully secure and everything. Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to finish off, obviously we are hopefully, we're a month or two away from coming out of lockdown. How can businesses train their staff to, firstly, to embrace the new technologies? Although Zoom's not a new technology, it is a new technology to a lot of people. How can companies train their staff on it and connect with their teams? And also, if this happens again, be prepared.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right. I think social distancing is going to be in place for ages. If even if we come out of lockdown, surely it's going to be until we've got a vaccine or testing is available on a wide scale. And I think until that happens, you're not going to be having face-to-face time with staff, customers, suppliers. I can't imagine meetings coming, face-to-face meetings happening for quite a while. But there's still things you want to tell them and teach them, and it's important that communication with them doesn't stop. So we've seen a huge jump in businesses wanting e-learning content. People are the classroom is going online. People are moving to online learning. Finding that method of showing facts, figures, charts, statistics, all this stuff you do in a PowerPoint document normally, just doing it in a way that's far more engaging, more attention grabbing, than a PowerPoint or even a Zoom call. Creating videos that are much more attention grabbing, and we can do that. We can produce e-learning content that really gets to the heart of what you want to say, communicating your message in a way that's fascinating, really easy to understand, and as with all our productions, we handle the full production process from start to finish. So we'll talk about your brief, we'll discuss scripting, planning, direction, remote filming via webcam, motion graphics, dynamic text, all that lovely stuff, to create top content that enables you to carry on communicating with your staff, your suppliers, and teaching them what they need to understand.
And moving forward, Lee, in an ideal world, we're all back. I get the feeling, and I hope you think the same as me, is that we're going to be asked for a lot more stuff to bank for people now. I think people are going to have to be more prepared for this happening again, because it's happened so quickly in relative terms. 4 months and the whole world is locked down.
Mad.
It is. I think people are going to ask us to bank stuff up and to have a kind of folder ready for them, aren't they, to keep them in people's minds now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's something we do already. Transmission. We have what we call asset banks. So every client that we work with, all of their footage goes onto a big hard drive, and that's kind of what's kept quite a few clients going through this period so far. In that they've got all of this footage there that we filmed over the last 3, 4, 5 years, and then we're now delving into that and creating content that looks fresh, as looks like it's just been filmed, except there's people close to each other, so it's not now. So you're right though, absolutely. It's just about making sure that well, hopefully this will never happen again, but of course, but yeah, I think a lot of lessons have been learned over the last couple of months by everyone. It's a really crazy time, but fingers crossed it doesn't happen again.
Fingers crossed it doesn't, but I think it has opened a lot of people's eyes, as you say, and being in the media world, it makes you realise that world is our oyster, and being locked in is not good for our world, is it really? I mean, we see the news reporters and they've all got the long microphones out now and things like that, and even their social distancing. Trying to carry an interview out at close distance is difficult when you have to be 2 or 3 meters away. It's even harder, isn't it, Lee?
Absolutely. Yeah, we had a client that we've been waiting to film content for about 4 months. We were waiting for nice days of weather through sort of December, January, February time, and then lockdown began, and it just went blue skies. It was like, oh.
Yeah. I couldn't. I recently got the permission for commercial operations with the drone. And we had the floods in Shropshire, massive floods. Was Shropshire, the River Severn. So, and the winds were quite bad, bringing the bad weather in. Then we go into lockdown, and now it's perfect drone flying weather. So it just one of the things. But we're grounded. So, Lee, how can people find your good self?
Go to our website, which is www.wearetransmission.com. That's the best way.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, Lee. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. And
thanks so much, Ben.
To tell people how to keep in touch and what to do. And thank you very much, Lee.
Brilliant. Thanks so much.